Hey guys, it's actually a really relaxing Sunday here. No bugs, cool. No bright blaring sunshine. It's not a million degrees and I'm not covered with sweat. There's a little bit of wind. So anyway, it's a great day to do an outdoor video. And this is one that I got to admit, the term negligent comes to mind. So this is a video that was organized by an awesome YouTuber. His channel is called JT's Knife Life. I've referenced him before. He's the only shout out I'm going to put in this video today because he has organized this whole thing for some really cool new model Spydercos in the Spyderco native family. He set up kind of a little around the world, rather around the country I should say, for the Spyderco Native 5 and one of the newest models made out of Spyderco's newest steel, the Maxamet steel, which is really, really impressive stuff we'll talk about in a few minutes. He organized some knife enthusiasts, some aficionados, we'll say. Hey, Tates. Tato's joining. Various YouTube folks, Instagram folks, people that, in his mind, and I'm kind of really honored to be chosen to be part of this group, specialize in just different areas of the knife community. For example, he chose me to do some of the hard use testing on these knives. And they're kind of going from person to person, each person specializing in their own little area. From me, they're going to somebody that really is well-versed and specializing in sharpening, especially after a knife has been used and abused. So, hats off to you, JT, for setting this all up, and I really apologize. I've been caught up in so much stuff lately, and I know I'm kind of overdue in posting my section of this video series, but I want to make sure I get it done, and I want to make sure that JT gets all the credit for setting this thing up, because this is really, really awesome, and really thrilled, honored, and thankful to be a part of this. So the Spyderco Native 5, pretty small knife, and you guys know me, I'm not a small knife kind of guy. Recently said in the 15K sub kind of prize pool video, my favorite folding knife, I had to pick any one, just general folding knife, be the Benchmade 810, compared to the Native 5. So the Native 5 really fits well into that small EDC kind of knife, not your standard hard use tactical sort of knife, right? Big 4-inch blade, much smaller in the 3-inch category. So of course I say I'm out here, there's no bugs, and what happens? My neighbor decides to power up a boat engine he hasn't messed with all summer long. Sorry guys. Quiet again. So your standard Native 5, small blade, S35 VN steel, good knife. It's a nice knife, well engineered, fits well in the hand, general EDC use, and in a pinch, this is all you need in a survival situation. Now Spyderco makes this in different models. This is one of the lightweight models with the plastic FRN handles. They make a super lightweight model that's kind of all riveted together with even lighter weight stuff, plastic, a wireframe clip. Lockback design, not my favorite, but you know, it'll do. I haven't had a lot of experience, so I should rather say I have no experience with the Native 5. This is their latest incarnation of it. The only experience I've had with the Native, Spyderco did a really cool thing for deployed folks once, and they made a series of these deployment Natives. And you could only get these if you had a military deployed email address to register from, and it was a lottery. They made 500 of each one of them. Let's see if we can get this on camera nicely. So there's the Operation Enduring Freedom one, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation New Dawn. Limited edition, and this is what I was talking about, by the way, with the super lightweight FRN with the riveted construction. I chose to put regular clips on here instead of the wireframe ones, but this is the only experience I've had with a Spyderco Native. Because these were very special, limited edition, never messed with them. In fact, I always intended to put the 3 of these things like in a frame together one day, like so, you know, and kind of mount them on a wall as my desert special knives. These mean a lot to me. I had another one of these once, I can't remember, I think it was the New Dawn that I ended up with 2 of them once, and I gave to somebody once who was once upon a time a good friend, but anyway. What makes the special edition Native 5 that we're going to be looking at and testing really different than the standard Native 5, it's that Maxamet steel. And I had to do a little bit of research because, you know, I say all the time, look, I'm not an expert, I have my experience, I know what I know, but I'm not afraid to admit what I don't know. Maxamet steel is relatively new. It's by Carpenter. Let's take a look. So there you go, Maxamet. And you can see this one's already got some use on it. All the markings are the same. I like this Spyderco for their sprint runs. Each different blade steel comes in well, I shouldn't say each, but normally it comes in a separate, colored handle so you can tell it apart. One of the best comparisons I've seen, though, talking about the strength and the capabilities of Maxamet steel, is like they compared Maxamet to other steels the way they compared S90V to 420J. And that's a bold statement. That's saying a lot about this steel. What makes it really special is its high carbon content. It's over 2% carbon, but then they throw 10% tungsten in the mix. If you're not familiar with tungsten, it is tougher and stronger and denser than any steel. And that's the whole point of putting it in this knife blade. You now have a knife blade that has a Rockwell hardness of well above 65. And then high carbon content, and it's just supposed to be a super, super tough steel for when stuff like M4 is too soft to get the job done. The other things they add to the alloy makes it not as brittle as some of the other super tough steel. Because remember, as you increase the steel's toughness, you're likely to increase the brittleness, which increases its, how prone it is to breakage and chipping and stuff like that. So Carpenter has really done a great job at producing a super, super tough steel that's not likely to chip or break on you the way some other really high Rockwell hardness steels might do. So this is supposed to be, I would love to see an 810 Contigo sized blade made out of this stuff. And Spyderco is putting out models like the Manix 2 and other large blades in this, so I'm gonna have to invest in it. But the whole goal today is to test out this Maxamet steel blade and put it through some serious hard use, the kind of stuff that we would do with some bigger knives, even though this is not a big survival related blade. Let's test the shit out of this thing, shall we? Okay. So before we start wrecking this blade, we need to get a sense of where it's at, because it has, I said be quiet. Before we start wrecking this blade, we need to get a sense of where it's at, because, get out of here, weed, because it's been used in the other testing prior to this. So we've got a slightly damp piece of paper. We've got my arm, we've got some other stuff. You brought me a flower. Can I have it? Yeah. Oh, we dropped it. And Ethan has brought me a lovely flower from the backyard. Thank you. So, now that's pretty cool. Normally, you guys have seen on videos, if this paper is not crisp and dry and brand new, we have trouble with a simple blade test like this. But this guy does not care. Now, it's not super clean and crisp because, again, the blade has been used and worn down a little bit. But it really is doing very nice slicing through the paper. And of course, freak show time. Shaving. Not super razor sharp. It's taken me a few passes, but shaving is good. I don't know where my big old appropriated, those are air quotes by the way, appropriated spool of OD green is right now. But simple OD green cut, simple 550 cord cuts just to get a sense. Little bit of effort, little bit. Not the easiest, but certainly not like straining to do it or anything like that. So we're starting off with a just shy of straight out of the package razor hone. So to start with, just to do the damage we can to this edge, take an aluminum can, and it actually goes straight through the aluminum a lot easier than some other blades have. The harder area on the bottom. So, just out of curiosity, this paper's a little bit more damp, but look at that. That is a credit to this steel. That is really a credit to this steel. I'm afraid to do a little shaving on my arm because I don't want it to hurt, but... You got it? What do you got? All right. You got a berry? Oh, you got a grape. Cool. We have grapes growing on the fence. No big deal. So, not shaving quality anymore. We've lost that bit of the edge, but still, I think we're ready to move on to some other tasks. I mean, We're ready to, I mean, this is dried wood. This isn't hard wet wood, but no problem there. Oh, but we're not done with this guy yet. Oh no. JT wanted a hard use test. JT's getting a hard use test. Hello, plum tree, my dear plum tree. Now, some people have asked, why do I bother showing the, you know, the wood? Because I want you to see how clean the cut is. Sorry, camera work sucked there. I want you to see how clean the cut is. When I use this blade, this is a really clean, really shaved piece of tinder is what we got here. You know, if we want to dry this out and start a fire, this isn't just a jagged slice off the tree, not just hacking parts of the tree off. You know, you can, with enough force, chop through anything. We should probably try that and see how the knife holds up. Although that's not what it's designed for at all. But this blade allows it. And then we can still probably, I'm willing to bet, get some real nice little shavings done. It's just the size of the blade makes it a little rough to do, but this stuff, you dry it out, put it in a little tinder box, this is going to start a fire for you so nicely in a survival situation. Couldn't do this with a blade that's going to dull up on you after some other survival tasks. Granted, I know you're not probably going to like hit the ground running and chop through an aluminum can, but this also to me signifies, you know, with these very fine shavings and cuttings, this would be great for food prep out in the woods or something too. Whoa, you got a tree in the face. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I see.
You want to see?
Yeah.
Here it is. We still have great edge, decent edge. No chipping, by the way. No scarring on the edge from that can cutting.
Tato.
There's Tato.
Yeah. Look at Dada.
No, you can't cut. Dada's gonna cut. You're not big enough yet. One day.
I watch.
You gonna watch? Okay, you watch.
I watch Dada.
You can watch Dada, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing on that tip, on that edge, nothing. Awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a little baton test just to see if we really stress that blade out. I've got a branch here. It's about an inch and a half in diameter, so a nice heavy branch. Something I don't know if I've ever mentioned in one of my videos before doing this. If you've got a locking blade, safety-wise, you always want to unlock when you do batoning, unless you're specifically trying to test the lock failure, which we're not doing. So, damn, I don't know if, I want to try to get a better angle for you guys to see how quickly and easily that thing just hacks into that tree. Blade is like, might as well be an axe going through there. There's no sign of any wear or tear on there whatsoever. Yeah. Let's do some rough work. Let's do some fine work. Yeah, you're getting more flowers. He just loves being outside. I'm so happy. I love the fact that I'm raising kids who love running around outside instead of sitting in front of a TV all day. Don't get me wrong, they love TV, but not to get all nostalgic, but when I was a kid, my parents had to drag me in from outside. We had the golden rule, if the street lights are on, it's time to come inside, and I would do everything I could to avoid it. But blade is still carving through this wood very nicely. So, I don't know where Tato went. He's over there by the fence. So, if I had to carve a spear, make wood for a trap or a shelter, the little EDC that could, it's still holding up. JT, man, you're making me spend more money. I'm going to have to get one now. I will say, and I think you guys could figure it out, this is significantly more expensive than a standard native 5. So if you're going to get a Spyderco Sprint Run with one of their higher end steels, just like any other knife, expect to pay a little bit more. But I think it's pretty clear that we're going to get what we pay for when we do that. Very easily carve a notch, you know, again, for trap making or anything else. And this is super, super easy to work with. I can tell the original edge is not quite what it was, but it still feels really sharp. And it just, bark just comes right off. Hi, Tates. Can you move your face away from the sharp knife blade, please? Or you can just sniff the stick, whatever. Smells good, doesn't it? Some nice plum wood. Gotta save this for the smoker. You gotta watch out, Tito. Not to mention the fact... A new flower? Thank you so much. Are you gonna eat it? Is that what you're gonna eat, the flower? Thanks, Tato. Yeah, there you go, buddy. I wish you guys could feel the quality of the grain of this wood, just because this blade is so nice and sharp. It's just, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with this Maxamet steel. I love it to death. If Hinderer, another one of my favorite knife brands, the XM24, love it. If I get an XM24 Sponto in Maxamet, I'd wet my pants. And I would do it on camera for you guys to watch. That's how excited I would be. It would be amazing. So, oh, awesome. I'm expecting to use quite a bit more effort on this one. Just cut away from the dog's butt. Actually, no. I mean, I'm blown. That was dirty. Sorry. My mind is blown. I think I was going for a combination of my mind is blown and I'm blown away. Yeah, a little bit of effort, but still, this thing just keeps cutting. I want to try to do this towards the camera without actually cutting the camera. Just take a look at the quality of the cut. A little rough, but still relatively clean for all the abuse we've been putting on this knife. And you guys have seen me test blades before, doing some of the same stuff. And just a word on the knife overall. Lock is not sticky. We are still 100% in terms of function, construction. Awesome. And look at that excellently huge Tato butt. Now, I guess it's time for this blade to suffer the cruelest fate we can bestow upon it. A cardboard box. This hurts me to do to you. This hurts me more than it's gonna hurt you. Alright, so we've kind of decimated this box here. You're kidding me. It's the gold standard of how to intentionally ruin your knife blade is doing nothing to this blade. Cardboard is historically the oh my god, don't do it. That's why they invented box cutters, to protect your actual blade. Ruiner of honed edges is doing nothing. Now what we also haven't done that I usually do on a hard use test, I haven't done it because it's so small, but the old in and out of the ground. 99, 100. Again, for those of you who haven't seen me do this before or know what I'm looking for, lots of little rocks, lots of deposits in the ground. I'm looking for those little things that are going to wear away the edge of the blade, that are going to chip the blade, that are going to just provide wear. And guess what? I can't find any. I just can't find any. But just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That one, okay, that's a little bit more effort. A little bit more effort. A little bit more effort, not a lot. I'm gonna have to get a new piece of paper to really check the paperability of this. Oh, that one didn't cut all the way through. Maybe we have actually worn down the edge just a little bit, but still it's cutting, and it's a pretty clean cut. What is it, sweetness? We are not going to turn the hose on, especially when I'm sitting here with a video camera and you're the one with the hose. Take a look, not bad. Not perfectly clean, but not bad. So guys, I guess there's only one thing to do, and that's take a brand new, fresh, crisp, clean piece of paper and see what this blade does. I'm not sure what to expect. Oh, tell you the truth, I was expecting better than that. Well, we're not paper shredding sharp anymore, but that was the whole point, right? We're giving our sharpening expert something to work with here. But the point is, okay, so we're not doing paper, we're not shaving, but if I'm out in the wild and I have this Maxamet blade, I'm still cutting P-cord. I'm still slicing through material. I'm still taking material off of this branch like nothing to make whatever I need to out in the woods. So this Maxamet steel is awesome. In terms of a utility blade, a utility steel, it has held up better than just about anything I've seen. Think about how many times I've done this hard use test, and there's just absolutely no cutting this P-cord when we're all finished. It's just not going to do it. So I think that Maxamet is, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I wish that this steel was available on so many other knife blades. There we go. JT, I hope this was kind of what you wanted to see. Again, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I honestly can't remember. I'm putting a link to JT's channel in the description. I hope you all check it out. I think he's a really super down-to-earth knife reviewer. I love his reviews. I love his point of view and his takes on everything. I think, I don't often say this. I'm happy to give shout-outs, but I don't often say I encourage you to subscribe to someone else's channel. But I really think you guys should check out JT's Knife Life, subscribe and watch his videos. I really think he's got a pretty good view and has some good information. And I like the way he runs his show. So anyway, thanks again, brother, for letting me be a part of this. I hope you guys, all of my viewers, have enjoyed watching this and have learned something about a new steel. I appreciate all you guys. You're awesome. And I will be back again real soon.